Giving it a minute. Where am I? Hello, hello. Going live. Hello, everybody. I am live on Instagram and Facebook simultaneously. If you're tuning in live, just say hi. Let me know that you're here. Just drop your emoji or hashtag live below in the comments below. If you're watching the replay, just say hashtag replay and let me know that you're here. It's always nice for me to know who's watching and who's tuning in. Today, I'm going to talk about 3 things that DJs and producers are missing in order to beat procrastination. A lot of DJs and producers struggle with that. And, you know, following a lot of conversations that I've had so far in the past years with DJs, producers, and in my work as a holistic coach, I've come to find that they are missing 3 key elements in order to beat procrastination. Now, the first thing that you should do as a DJ producer whenever you're procrastinating is you need to go and look towards accountability. You need to hold yourself accountable. That is really the first most important step that you need to take. So this is really about taking ownership, taking control, or at least taking control back. Maybe at some point you felt like you were in control and you feel like you're losing control or nothing is within your control anymore, and you want to take it back. So this accountability phase is really about taking control or taking control back, and especially looking at what it is that you feel is within your circle of control and what you feel isn't. So it's really important to make that distinction so that you can actually take ownership over the things that you feel that you can't control. And just really looking at ways that maybe you are giving your power away without realizing it. Usually this is something that we do on a subconscious level, but it's really, really vital and important and very empowering for you to just take a step back, take personal responsibility for your actions, and really look at, okay, what's within my control, what isn't? And here is really where you figure out whether you are a reactive or a proactive person. So a reactive person is going to let their feelings run the show and really point fingers and blame. And a proactive person really understands that they are themselves responsible for choosing the way they want to respond to a certain situation. In this case, it's procrastination, okay? So if you're getting stuck and you're putting things off, then I want you to ask yourself, what actions did I take to get myself here? What thoughts did I have that preceded those actions that made me feel like I had to put things off? And also a very interesting question that you want to ask yourself is, what is the benefit? What is the payoff for procrastination? And this is not always, the payoff here doesn't necessarily mean that it's a positive thing. It means that somehow it is something that keeps you in your comfort zone. That is just easier for you to do rather than stepping outside of your comfort zone and overcoming this procrastination beast. Now, why is accountability important? Well, it's really the most empowering thing that you can do for yourself, to feel in control, to feel confident, to stop wasting time second guessing yourself, and to really feel satisfied and successful, okay? If you don't start holding yourself accountable right now, like starting today, you'll just really remain that person on the internet that's constantly complaining about things and not getting things done. And I'm pretty sure you don't want to be that person, right? Like we all dread that. A little side note on accountability, what's really interesting is, and I see this in my coaching practice, whenever I start giving people their power back, they really resist it so much. They get really uncomfortable with that feeling. And actually what you should be doing, oh, let me just quickly wave at somebody. Hey, my friend. Thank you for joining. Hi, good to see you. Actually, you should be happy to be getting your personal responsibility back. You should be happy to be, just take the bull by the horns and really do something for yourself in an independent way. But so many people feel so uncomfortable when I'm giving their power back, when I'm giving their authority back, because this is also a matter of authority, okay? Who has authority over what? So just a little side note, it really makes a lot of people really uncomfortable, and it doesn't have to be that way. It's the most empowering thing that you can do for yourself, is to take accountability for your own actions, especially when it comes to procrastination. So the second thing that you're missing as a DJ producer when it comes to beating procrastination is the bigger picture. So the bigger picture meaning here is really where your vision comes into form. Here is where your vision is important and where you are bold about your vision. This is really about dreaming big, not holding yourself back, about what it is that you truly, truly want in your heart of hearts, what's going to light you up. So if you cannot see the bigger picture, you will keep taking action really exhaustively, and you will not see any results. So it's really kind of like, I don't know, what can I maybe compare this to? Maybe like a toy on batteries, and you just, it keeps running around in circles and not really doing anything. And then all of a sudden the battery runs out, and we don't want that to happen for you, okay? So having a vision is going to, keep you in a direction that you really want to take. This is about what you truly want to do. Instead of start wondering, like, I'm taking all of these actions, I'm not seeing any results, like, this is so exhausting. What am I doing this for anyway? Like, we don't want this to happen. We don't want you to wonder, what am I doing this all for anyway? Because you're so passionate about music. This is what lights you up. Something drew you to this. There is something healing about it. You don't want to feel like, why am I doing all of this, right? So you don't want to be exhausted by it. So you need to know exactly where you're going in order to know when you get there, right? Like, how can you even know where you're going if you're not really clear on what that is, what that needs to be like for you? So having your vision is really giving you the direction, giving you that determination, giving you kind of that feeling of being centered, okay, and what it is that you really want and desire. So here is also, with your vision, is also where you set goals for yourself, and where you identify what you value the most in music and in life. Now, that could be, when we're talking about values, that could be money, that could be recognition, that could be self-expression, could be a sense of belonging, could be, wanting to make other people feel good with your music, evoking positive feelings. It could be a whole range of things. This is going to differ from person to person, but this is really where you're within your vision looking at, what do I actually value the most in music and in life? What am I doing this for in the end? And this is really important, because a goal, so the goals that you're setting, a goal is actually an outcome of a value. So differently put, your goals are there to support your values, okay? So if they don't support your values, you are not allowed, you don't enable yourself to take inspired action. And inspired action means taking action with effect, seeing the results that you want to see, okay? If you don't get all of this right, it's really kind of going to feel like throwing spaghetti against the wall and seeing if it sticks. And that's just like winging it. That's just not really very empowering and satisfying. And it's really a waste of time. So with a clear vision, you can actually devote your time to the things that matter the most to you. And if you don't really have that vision, if you don't really know how to devote your, I'm what? The female Gary V for EDM industry. Who is Gary V? Is it bad that I don't know this? I have to look this up. Okay, thank you for commenting. What was I saying? Okay, so if you don't get this clear vision, and you don't really find a way to set out your goals and manage to really manage your time in a way that's working for you, in a way that you're really devoting your time to the things that matter the most. If you don't do that, you will constantly feel like you're going around in circles. You will feel aimless. You will feel overwhelmed. Demotivation kicks in, and you find yourself barely even enjoying the process of music anymore. So that's really not, that cannot be the point. Something that you're so passionate about should not make you feel that way. So this is why the bigger picture really is important. And then number three is creative options. So we had number one, accountability, number two, bigger picture, and number three is creative options. And here is really where you're getting creative. Okay, so you create a roadmap, you have a blueprint, you know, so that you can put your vision into action, so that you can define the action steps that you really need to take in order to achieve your goals in a way that you can feel satisfied and fulfilled and successful. And so here is really where you will start doing the things that will really make you happy and fulfilled. Now, your roadmap and your goals are just the thing that gives you direction, but what you really, really need to focus on here, besides having those goals set and having that blueprint or that roadmap, which is just a tool that can help you, that can support you, what you really need to focus on is actually the effort, the process, because you cannot control the outcomes of your goals. You cannot. You can set them, you can have a desire for them, but you cannot control the outcomes. You can never really be 100% sure when exactly you will be able to release your next piece of music. And for example, even if, let's say, you are signed to a label and they agree on a release date, there is always something that can go wrong. You can never really exactly know when this is going to happen for you. So it's really important that you learn to let go of the outcomes. So you set your intention, you hold your vision, but you let go of the outcomes so that you can really focus on the process and focus on the effort that is actually needed for you to be able to reach those goals. And so when you focus on that effort on a daily basis, this is really where you're just going to enjoy the process so much more. You're going to remain open to creative solutions. You're going to allow enough space for things to grow and to improve and to evolve and really become something in a way that you could never, ever have imagined, like beyond your imagination, okay? And usually this is for the better. Like, there's probably have been moments in your life where you were looking back at something and you were like, hey, actually, that turned out so much better than I had ever imagined. So this is really where it's important to be open to creative solutions. It's particularly helpful to be open to creative solutions whenever you hit a roadblock, a creative roadblock. If you are open to creative solutions, you will just recognize like, okay, this is a creative roadblock. I can just relax into it. I can ease into it. I can remain open to how this is going to be evolving, how this is going to be solved, and then really achieve goals in a way that you can completely and entirely enjoy it and feel fulfilled. If you don't remain open to creative solutions, you find yourself getting stressed and really stressed out by the very thing that's actually supposed to have a healing and a relaxing effect on you. And that's really not what you want. So, oh wait, but there's another Gary Vee is a motivational. Oh yeah. No worries. I will check Gary Vee out. I just really didn't know who this person was. So thank you for the tip. So that was kind of it. That was like my ABC of a happy and a healthy nightlife. Now, if you've been listening to me and watching this video and you feel like this is something that you're struggling with, anything that I talked about in this video, then definitely come talk to me, because the ABC of a happy, healthy nightlife is actually a coaching process that I developed for people like you to overcome procrastination, to overcome overwhelm, to overcome anxiety, and to really be able to move to a place where they can be really happy with their results, feel successful, and really feel satisfied and proud of what they're doing, both in music and in life, because you're not just the sum of your parts as a person. You are really a whole person with different moving pieces of the puzzle. And so whenever something is going wrong in one area of your life, it's going to flow over into the other. So if you're feeling like, hey, I'm recognizing some of the mistakes that I've described here, and I feel like I'm making these mistakes, then just send me a DM. We can hop on a video call together. We can talk about whether or not you are making these mistakes, We can define what mistakes you are actually making, besides maybe the ones that you think you're making. And we can talk about how we can actually solve those mistakes for you. Whether that means we're going to work together or not, we can just discuss that on the call. But if you feel like this is something that you really want to figure out, then just send me a DM. I will send you a link to book a call with me. I will also drop the link to book a call with me in the comments below. This intake conversation is really all about discovering what your possibilities are, where you should spend your energy and your time. This doesn't mean you're committing to anything, but it really does mean that you're open to solving your problems and getting over whatever it is that's keeping you stuck, so that you can feel satisfied and fulfilled. A discovery call just takes about 15 minutes. So really, there's nothing to lose here. There's only to gain. Anyway, so that was it for today. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will drop the link to where you can book the call in the comments below, and I will see you next week for another live. Thank you for watching. Bye.